to another stream. Today we're doing the aftermath of the Chloe Jades birthday bash event which took place yesterday. So if you don't know how these streams work, if you don't know anything about this event, so basically what I do is I'll come live, I'll do like a live stream, and I'll announce where I'm like going to be playing next. So like if I get an upcoming booking, I'll announce that booking, and then while I'm sort of at the booking, if I can, I'll try and get like video footage and like footage of me like at the gig and performing and stuff. When I'm on the decks, it's not always the easiest thing to do because sometimes you get in the zone and in the mix, and sometimes you don't always just think about, you know, getting your phone out all the time and recording. You want to sort of focus on the set the best you can. And then once the event is over, sometimes the day after, sometimes a couple of days after, I come live and do like an aftermath where I talk about sort of how the gig went, and you know, people who maybe didn't go to the event, they'll get a little bit of an insight, and it's just a little something different that I like to do. I've not seen really many DJs do this. I know in some sense that people could look at it and think, oh, he just waffles on a load of shite, but it's just something different that I personally like to do. So yesterday was a private birthday party in Doncaster at the mighty, legendary Doncaster Warehouse, and it was my good friend Joe Saunders' girlfriend's birthday, Joey S, and they put like a little birthday event on, and they private booked the Doncaster Warehouse to host the event, and they put like a little roster, like a little lineup of DJs and a few MCs, and put on this birthday party essentially with, you know, obviously the bar and the Doncaster Warehouse was in use. Sadly, only private, so not anybody could just turn up. But the event itself, you know, was still an absolute. It was banging, trust me. So for me, it was a special event because I've never played or DJ'd at the Doncaster Warehouse before. It was something that was always kind of like a little bit of a like a bucket list thing for me. It was something that I always wanted to do. Was DJ at the Doncaster Warehouse. It was something where I thought one day, you know, I'd love to grace the decks in there. And I know they put a lot of you know, events on, and they have like an outdoor terrace, and they have like sometimes an upstairs room. So even, you know, if I'd have been booked like to play in one of them sort of rooms, I would have been like absolutely buzzed still. But the fact that I got to do this private party and it gave me the chance to play on the main stage, I also did a bit of MCing as well. So to say it was you know, it was a real buzz that I got that opportunity to, you know, to DJ at such a legendary venue. And the fact that, you know, when I was stood behind them decks, I was, you know, stood where legends, loads of legends over the years have stood. You know, some of the biggest names in dance music have stood where I was stood last night. And you know, and a privilege, you know, to be, and you know, be able to DJ. So yeah, so I'm on the first set, and I picked a mighty little banging set for it. There was you know, loads of great songs in there, loads of great bangers that you know, I just really enjoy playing at the moment. So I put a little something quite toasty and tasty together, and it seemed to go down quite well for the first set. The layman hosted me, was a little bit late, so I was actually late for my set because we got held up with roadworks. There was like roadworks, and it slowed us down to like a 30-mile-an-hour limit on the speed, and it was like that for about nearly 5-10 minutes, which was a little you know, a little bit frustrating, and you know, you just want to get through it and then get back to, you know, where you're able to obviously you know, pick up your speed again. But we got there. I went straight in went in and plugged my USB stick in. There was some music going from my good friend Tyndall. He just had some tracks going, and I just literally came on and then stepped over and stepped on. And the set itself was just an absolute belter. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It really, people say like it's an absolute buzz being behind there, and now I've been behind there myself. Honestly, it really is such a buzz being behind there. Most definitely, just gonna knock that little heater thing off. Yeah, absolute buzz being behind there. Just absolutely, just really enjoyed the whole sort of like experience of being at the Doncaster warehouse, and not just being there as a raver, because I've been there as a raver many a times, and don't get me wrong, that is legendary in itself. It's a buzz. And as a matter of fact, I'm going back there tonight, believe it or not. I'm still sort of like in me sort of what I'd call chill out attire, stroke pajamas, um, with just a little old chill out top on. Just woke up really tired today actually, and I'd had a busy-ish week at work as well, a couple of things going on, and I think just in general, I just like Thursday, I was quite tired on Thursday night, and but when you kind of like excited, so you still sort of wake up early in itself, and that was kind of the case, and had a little bit of an issue on Thursday night, stroke Friday morning as well, which was playing on my mind just ever so slightly, and we got it sorted in the end. So what had basically happened is I had a work event on the Thursday. We was down at Bad Wolf Gaming in Hull, and we was play testing a game that's been made for Humberfield Archaeology about the South Blockhouse. And me being me, love me music, love me tunes. I always walk to work with me headphones on. It's just something I always like to do. It always put me tunes on when I'm traveling. It's just something I like to do. And obviously took me headphones to work as you do. And then we had the work event which went through into the evening. So I was in the office and I put my headphones around my neck and said I'll take these to the work event. Because I've got a gig tomorrow, because I didn't think I was going to be going back to the office, you see. So we get to the work event, and I take them off my neck and obviously put them on a table, and continue and start going on with the event. And I just completely forget about them. And it comes to packing up, the end of the event, packing laptops away, just, got to take a few things back to a car and stuff. And before you know it, we've left Bad Wolf Gaming. I've not even thought about the headphones at this point. And then we get dropped back off at the work office, and we drop the boxes and stuff back off. We can luckily still get in the building, and then I say goodbye to Andy, my boss, and one of my work colleagues, Jed, who had put this event on, and begin walking home. About a 10-minute walk from work, and I start walking home to realise headphones crap. And there's me thinking I've left the headphones at Bad Wolf Gaming. So I ring my boss back up and say, what time's Bad Wolf stay open until? And luckily they said, oh, it stays open till 10 o'clock. So I ring them up and I say, look, I was just at your Bad Wolf gaming event with Goodwin. I think I've may have left a pair of headphones at your place. They look around, and no, sorry, no headphones have been handed back in. So at this point, I've got this real like just this face of like, oh no, please don't tell me I've actually lost them, because you never know, like, you can go anywhere and someone can pick something up, do you know what I mean? People will think, oh yeah, I'll have them. There's thieves all over the place, and not saying that accusing someone of being a thief, but you just never know. There's people in there you don't always know about, and you can end up having somebody that you don't know that could just end up being a thief or picking something up. So I was a little bit panicky at this point, but I also thought, well, what if they've got packed back up with the stuff to go back to the office? So I asked my work colleague, I said, look, will you check the office in the morning and let me know and see if, the headphones have been taken back to the office by mistake. And luckily, my headphones had been taken back to the office and all of the work stuff. So it was a little bit of a buzz to get them back. But when it plays on your mind, because I've got other headphones, but they just don't compare. They're like really bad. The sound quality is not good on them because they're only cheap headphones. So when you plug them into a mixer and you turn your volume up for the headphones on the mixer, it just distorts because the headphones can't handle something coming through them that loud. It's not just like you're turning up like your mobile phone volume. It's a mixer where the headphone volume can go a hell of a lot louder than a mobile phone. It's a bigger thing in it. So like literally at the point, the point is I was just buzzed to get them back. So when you don't sort of like fully feel, you got things on your mind. So like you sleep, but you don't fully sleep because you've got things on your mind, and you wake up a couple of times because for one I'm sort of wondering about the headphones, and then second off. I'm like, excited about the event. It's a buzz. It's playing the warehouse for the first time. So I was quite tired on Friday as it was, and then today I'm just absolutely. I feel quite shattered actually. But I'm a raver, and I love the vibe, and like I say, we're going back again to Dioxide. It's Dioxide's on at the warehouse today, and a couple of friends that I actually want to see playing a set. So I'm like kind of buzzed about that. So that's a buzz in itself. So what can I say? Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzed. But going back to last night, wicked vibe, unreal vibe. Like I say, love playing there. Jumped on the mic for a bit as well and did some mic work. Just had a laugh with people in general, and just enjoyed the vibe really of being in the warehouse itself, and stuff like that. And it was just a buzz in itself. So absolutely buzzed. Just absolutely love it. And yeah, just a massive thank you to Joe Saunders for giving me that opportunity to play at such a legendary place, within itself. Absolutely can't believe that it's actually happened. So yeah, so in other news, I don't really know how I'm gonna sort of say this without making it sound I don't really know how to explain it. I don't really know how to say it without people getting the wrong idea at first. But I'm just going to go ahead and say it. So in other news, I came out today, but I don't mean coming out as in like admitting that I'm bisexual or gay. No, what I actually mean is I've been doing something for quite a while, and I haven't really spoke or posted too much about it because I'm not one of these people that like put something on Facebook just to get like a oh well done, you're doing so well, I'm so proud of you kind of thing. Unless it's like music related, of course. Like I'll post bookings if I get booked and stuff, and I'll like sometimes do like big appreciation stroke emotional posts about music going well and stuff. But no, I've sort of briefly said about it on streams before, I think. But essentially, sort of last year, I came to the decision and the conclusion that if I wanted to push this music as far as I can push it, I need to push it with a clear mind. and I need to essentially stop drinking alcohol. So last year I gave myself sort of like last year as kind of like the all right, cut down on your drinking last year. So last year I spent a lot of last year not really drinking and sort of cutting down on drinking alcohol and just having alcohol like now and again. So if I wasn't gigging, for example, I would maybe have a little bit of a drink if I was just somewhere local. Like say a stomping event or something which is only in Hull. I'd have a little bit to drink, sometimes a lot to drink. And I knew that, like I say, if I wanted to push this thing musically, that giving up drink is like a good idea. And I know a few people that have given up the old alcohol themselves. Now, the only issue with that is I've got quite a fair few friends who drink, and sort of trying to tell them that I don't drink anymore when they're all excited about getting on the Jaeger train is not it's not a good not a good thing. And if you don't know what a Jaeger train is, it's just essentially where you have loads of Jaeger shots on a night out. And I used to do it quite a lot. Sometimes I'd even end up like having 12 in like one night and getting just absolutely legless. With that came like I'd start doing daft things, like I'd like start like just being weird and saying things that I wouldn't say sober, annoying people, pissing people off essentially that I shouldn't really be pissing off. I knocked quite a famous guy's drink over once, being drunk, and he wasn't too pleased about it, and I sort of gave him a little bit of stick back because I was drunk, and that's not me. That's not who I want to be. And at the same time, there was the getting drunk and like at a gig and then like missing a set and not being able to play your set because you're too drunk, or saying like, yeah, if you put me on an earlier set then I can have a drink, and then I thought, well, no, just don't have a drink at all, and then you can play whatever set time you're given, and you're not going to worry about being drunk. So like I say, so I spent a lot of last year cutting down on drinking alcohol, only drinking now and again, and sort of throughout the year it got a little bit more so that I was not having a drink and not having a drink, and only now and again I'd have a drink, and then it, like I say, it got even less and less. And then over Christmas period, I didn't touch a drop of alcohol at all, and I've not even touched a drop of alcohol yet this year, which is crazy to think. Not had a touch at all. Not had a drop. Not had any form of alcohol. Not even a shandy, which I suppose a shandy could be classed as all right, but it still has got alcohol in it. But no, I haven't touched anything apart from like soft drinks and like cups of tea and coffee, and mainly bottles of Coke, which is becoming another little problem in itself. But we won't go on to that in today's stream. But yeah, so the aim is like I've not touched a drop yet this year. So the aim is to not touch a drop at all. So the aim is, last year it was, the aim was to cut down, and the aim this year is to stop. The aim is just to, like at the moment I'm in that sort of zone where I feel like I've stopped. So I guess the aim for me is to not start again. So the aim for me is to not touch alcohol, and hopefully I'll do all. I mean, I'm doing all right at the moment, and I go to so many raves where it's so tempting to like to get on the shots and get on the Jaegers, and just have a damn good blowout, and I've not done it. There's loads of times where people have said like, oh, "Do you want a drink?" And I've gone like, "Oh, just a Coke for me, please." And I could have said, "Oh yeah, get us a Budweiser in." But no, I don't. I don't actually do it. So that's good. So I think that gives me a lot of self motivation to do it. So Anyway, cutting the long story shorter so it doesn't drag on and drag on. So I finally today put a post up on Facebook about the fact that I've stopped drinking, because a lot of people don't really know about it, who I don't see that often. So like when I go to stomping, there's a lot of people that go to stomping that don't really go to the other events. So like if I'm out in the warehouse, I don't, mainly Hull people. I don't, to be honest, I don't see them. Um, so there's people I only really see at stompings, and they think, oh, it's Noble. He'll be getting on, all his Jaegers, and he'll be getting absolutely legless again, and can't wait to get on the Jaeger train with him. And the truth is, a lot's changed in me. And like I say, I wanted to give up the drinking, so I finally put a post up on Facebook, because someone else I know has decided to give up drinking as well. And I've sort of like, he knows that I've given up the drinking, and I've sort of left comments about myself cutting down on drinking, but not everyone's gonna say it or see it. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, I'm not one of these who are gonna post like, oh, 2 weeks without drink, 3 weeks without drink, gone a whole month or a whole year without drink, because I don't fully or physically remember when I sort of stopped drinking. Like I said, I just gradually cut down to the point where I was just saying no to like beer and alcohol. And it wasn't the fact that I had a drinking issue, or I had like a drinking problem. Wasn't like I was an alcoholic. Like, I could go months without having a drink and then just go to a party and have a drink. It wasn't like I was getting like tempted for a drink, or I felt the urge of having a drink. It was more just the fact that when I had a drink, I didn't like the what I was doing when I was drunk, and I didn't like feeling crap the next day. But since probably 2021, or 2020, I've learned a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of things, and a lot of people haven't always understood why I've done the things I've done, and why I've done things the way I've done them. And I've been following a pattern for a lot of years, and a lot of people have said, no, do this, do this, do this, do that. And you know, I've always sort of ignored it and stuck to this way that I've always been sticking to. And believe it or not, gradually, slowly but surely, and it's working, and I believe it's the right way to do things. It works. It's working, and everything that I've kind of like done over the past couple of years that has led to now, it's worked. So there's been times where people have thought like, why are you doing this and why are you doing that? And now, me doing this and doing that has now benefited. So like a couple of years ago, like people used to say like, why aren't you getting paid for your DJing? And there was reasons why I was following a Pacific route and a Pacific path that had been sort of like explained to me as like, you should maybe have a go at doing it like this. And now I do get paid for some of my gigs, so it's like slowly, working in my advance. And I know like there's been times where people have thought like, you can't keep doing this, and doing this for nothing, and getting nothing out of it. But like over the slow time, like it's kind of slowly worked, because now a few people have like, what's your fee? And I've like, a few mates, yeah, I've done things a little bit cheaper for them sometimes. But now there's like times, where I'm like now in that position where I am able to say like, yeah, look, I want this for doing it, and I want the travel sorting. So everything's kind of working. Do you know what I mean? Everything is all sort of like slowly but surely coming into place. And it's the same with other things, the same with like the drinking. Like I believe that I had to have that sort of like that time of like drinking and getting legless and having fun at events, because I needed to do it and get it out of the system, because I was meant to give up, like I was meant to stop, if that makes sense. So it was kind of like, have a good run with it, because there's going to be a time very soon where you're going to want to stop. You know, and it is, you know, musically things have just got in the way of that. And, you know, to me, sort of like my music career and, you know, my DJing and my gigging and my MCing is far more important than getting on the session and, you know, having a shed load of alcohol. I've got a passion for the music, and you know, you've got to sit there and think to yourself, what's more important, you know, the music or having a party? You know, I know people that won't take like out of town bookings if, you know, if they can't, if it means they have to drive and then they can't have a drink. And I think like, well, do you really want to fulfill this music passion, or do you want to drink? And I mean, I know some people just, music's just a hobby to them, and you know, they just enjoy doing it, and you know, they're not aiming to reach the top of the ladder. And I'm not aiming to reach the top of the ladder as such. You know, I love music, I've got a passion for it, I do want to push it, but I haven't got like an aim or a dream to be like this big headlining celebrity. Like at the moment, I've got these bookings coming in, and I'm happy with how I am at the moment. Like, I do want to get more bookings, but you know, it's not about having a tune in the charts. It's, you know, it's not about being the biggest name on the flyer, or playing the room one and playing, or you know, playing the room two. It's, you know, it's just about being able to enjoy good nights, play good music, and you know, see people enjoying the music. I don't care in 3 or 4 years time if I get booked for a room two set. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, I will do any, you know, form of gig that I'm going to enjoy, that will benefit me, that I just enjoy doing, and enjoy the vibe of it. So, you know, that is sort of essentially the, you know, the way it goes. So anyway, that is going to do it for this stream. Yesterday was an absolute blast. So next up for me, I haven't got any bookings now until March, so it's a little bit of a break for me now. Literally about well, it's just under. It's just over a month actually. It's just over a month. So it's about 6 weeks away. So it's like my next booking. It's not been announced yet, but it's the 18th of March, and this booking is a little bit of a, sort of like a little bit of a. I'm hoping it's going to be a special one, and there's a reason why I'm hoping it's going to be a special one, and I don't fully know how to explain it, but it's like this, you know, there's certain things that I've always wanted to do as kind of like a music guy, DJ, whatever you want to call it, and sometimes you know, there's just something that you always want to do, and when you get the chance to do it, like do it, and there's just one thing that I've always wanted to do, and it's kind of a bit of a weird one, but it's kind of a little bit of a like I can do it, like showing people, you know, showing people kind of thing, you know, not that I want to blow my own trumpet, but you know, when I don't think people realize your potential, and people, you know, and especially people like that don't necessarily always follow you, and they don't see you at all these gigs, and they don't really sort of know what you like, you know, behind the decks and stuff like that. So it's kind of one of them, sort of like, you know. So I'm hoping it's one of them. Depending on, you know, I only know like the day and the venue, and obviously the town and city. So I don't know sort of like if there's going to be more than one room. I don't know, you know, if it's just like one room. So I don't know like if it's like if it's like a main room business, or if, you know, I'm not sure on that score. But if it's a main room business, then it's something that kind of I want to tick off my bucket list, because I've always wanted to do it, and I've had this sort of like vision and passion, the style of set that I've wanted to play for ages. In this at this particular event, in this particular room, something that I've always wanted to do, and you know, I want to do it. So I'm hoping that I obviously get the chance to do it. So that's the next booking. More info on that will be coming very soon, I would imagine. So make sure to like, comment, share, all the good stuff. We'll see you next time.